All right, guys, we have a beautiful one today. Thanks for watching. Tuning back in. Davis Drives on YouTube. Davis Auto Sales in Richmond, Virginia. I'm J.W. Davis. And this is a 1965 Chevrolet Belair. This is a little ahead of my time of classic cars that I've dealt with. I started with Chevelles in the 70s and Camaros. To me, this is kind of like an Impala, but Chevrolet Belair. This car sold at Barrett-Jackson a few years back. 64,900. You can do the research. The stuff shows on there. So by the time you figure fees and transportation, this is a mid-70s car, bought at auction. Walk around it real quick, AJ. Take a look at it. The car speaks for itself. I'm going to spill off a couple things I got saved here in the phone and the notes about this car, straight from the listing they had, which I was able to find and pull up. So it's a 1965 Chevrolet Belair Resto Mod. That's a lot to say in one word. Complete restoration with an LS swap. I'm going to pop the hood in a second and I'm going to show it to you guys. Very clean, modern power, Resto Mod 65 Belair, recent full restoration, Corvette engine, power steering, 4-speed automatic, Rockford Fosgate stereo, amps, hidden Bluetooth stereo, autometer tack. Very clean car with classic looks, but up-to-date styling and technology. Underneath the car, it does have some upgraded suspension, which I'll kneel down or get AJ to kneel down on the front there. What's that? QA1 suspension. You can see the interior is very original. I love this because my personal Chevy 2 looks very similar to this. As a matter of fact, it's not going to hurt my feelings at all if this car stays around for a little while, because these cars drive great, and the metallic on this thing is beautiful. The paint finish is great. It's just a good looking car with some big rubber. Now we've got a couple little spots that I'm gonna have our detail paint guy go over and do a little wet sand, a little buff. I noticed a couple little imperfections, so we are gonna have that done. Now, you guys know how we do it. This car can still be changed, customized, or carried to a different level. We just got it in. We're just getting ready to go over it. We're going to check the gas gauge. We're going to check the other gauges. We're going to check the aftermarket gauges. If we can hook the factory stuff back up, we're going to do so. But I can promise you the conversion on this and the quick looking that I've done, the shop may tell me something completely different when they get it on a rack, but I doubt it. This car really, really has been done well. LS. Straight from a Corvette, more than likely. Everything's fitted well. Exhaust is fitted well. You can see the upgraded control arms. Oh yeah, sway bar links. Catch a shot right up underneath there, AJ. That'll be a good shot. It's got the O2 sensors in it, so obviously it's got a computer to control all that. Got your OBD2 port right here. Real easy to get to with your fuses. Battery's actually got a hold down. Little things like that mean something to us, guys, because I guarantee 90% of the aftermarket vehicles we get in don't even have a battery hold down. It's really great till you hit a bump and your battery falls out and hits your fan. Power steering. It's a good looking car. Does it have power brakes? It does have disc brakes. These are what size? Again, we're just getting this car in, so I'm just going over it. But I did have a lot of details given to me by the previous owner. 20-inch wheels. Staggered, got a nice big fat tire under the back, Nittos front and back, 20s in the back also, disc brakes in the back also, 4-wheel disc brakes on this car, guys. At this point, before we go spending money on it, $45,000 will buy this car. If it's something you're interested in, speak now. The price will go up. My plan, as of now, we're going to service it, we're going to inspect it. That's almost $30,000 cheaper than this car just sold for at the auction. So, and I say just several years back, 2 to 3. But it's a solid car. The chrome work looks good. It's got this little scuff right here. Don't think there's much we can really do with that. Little imperfection in the chrome. But under the hood's nice. The fitting's nice. The wiring is nice. Loom on everything like it's supposed to be. Again, you can sit in the seat of this car. It's comfortable. And once we do a few little touch-ups on the paint, this is going to be a really, really good-looking car. After I'm done going over it, servicing, doing everything, I think I'll still be able to keep the car at 50, but again, depends on what we spend. That's going to dictate a lot. But you can look at the body lines, you can look at the fitment of things. it's a really solid car, guys. As far as I know, the motor's pretty stock. Sounded pretty stock to you too, right, AJ? Yeah, so I think the motor's probably right out the box, which is great. Those cars made plenty of power in that year. Not 66, but the year that LS came out of, which would have been probably a C5 Corvette. Those cars made plenty of power, smooth power. They don't really need an upgrade. I have not played the stereo yet. I'll deal with that in a minute. Look the rest of the car over. Did you pop the trunk? Keys? The car needs some visors, some dome lights. A couple things are in the car, a couple things I need to order, but we'll get that dealt with also. And again, we've got 2 or 3 ahead of this one, so it's not like it's going to change tomorrow, but probably by the end of the week, we will be spending money on the car. Here's another thing. Got to find out if we even got a key to the trunk. These are the reasons we go over these cars, guys. Looks like a no on that. Does it have a power button anywhere? Got one on here that says gas. Let's try that one. Still no luck. This is just as bad as half these square bodies we get in when we go to lock the doors, which we keep them in the building, doesn't matter, but when we lock the doors and we don't have a key, that's pretty frustrating, to say the least. Frustrating and aggravating. Pretty much sure I tried every key about 10 times now, so we'll be making a key for that so we can get in the trunk.
The gas key works.
I tried the gas key, that didn't work either.
I'm talking about in the act where it's supposed to go, because it has a lock on it.
Oh, it does. Yeah, so it's got a locking gas cap. And for some of y'all, you may not have ever seen that. If you're younger subscribers of ours, that's where the gas goes. That's where the gas has always gone. So when people say something on our square body videos about 50s model Bel Airs, actually the tail light open, yes, that's true. Hurst equipped, don't know. Good looking car though, guys. Like I said, the tire fitment, big, broad, nice fat tire. The car probably could go down just a little bit more. The fuel injection is pretty cool. Just noticed that. That's pretty slick because it is fuel injected. It was not from the factory, but that's a fuel injected type emblem there. Let me fire it up so you guys can hear it. And AJ, if you want to catch it, I'll drive it out of here just for a little drive-by view. If I can find the right key. Nice and dependable. Catch a little tailpipe sound there. Oh yeah. He can't do that. There you go, hold that. Sounds pretty good. Definitely nice and crisp, which is very unusual for a fuel-injected motor, as we've been battling with on some of these square bodies with these snipers and these other injection systems. They really are finicky, especially if the battery goes dead. Maybe we're doing something wrong, but we prefer a nice old carburetor that you can tweak, but a nice out the box. I'm sure they took that from a salvage car, put the motor, put the computer, put everything in there, plug and play, the way it looks to me anyway. So that's the right way to do it. But look at the metallic on that paint right there. Hopefully that camera will do it some justice. And again, this is a four-wheel disc brake car, LS converted, 65, Bel Air. If you guys are still with me and you're interested in this car, now's the time to catch it, because honestly, I think it's gonna go through the shop pretty good. Catch it before I spend money on it and mark it up further, which obviously we're in business. We have to make a profit. AJ likes getting a paycheck. So there we go, guys. Another beautiful car. Out front, we got some rollbacks to bring you guys. A couple square bodies in here. I think this one's probably pretty much spoken for. Been very popular, and the red and silver one. And I'll bring you guys a little bit more video on that 69, 70, 71 Chevy, whatever that is, the pickup truck. That's it for right this minute. Thanks, guys.